The night was heavy with silence, the kind that presses against the skin like a warning. I felt it before I saw it, a darkness darker than the night, a presence that made my soul tremble. Moses was lying there, his breath shallow, his body stiff, as if life itself was slipping away. My heart seized with fear. Was this the God he served, coming against him? Had we unknowingly walked into judgment? I had left my father's house to follow this man, this servant of the Most High, believing in the God of his fathers. Yet here we were, on the cusp of obedience, and death loomed like a shadow. Then it came to me, sharp as a blade, the covenant, the sacred bond of circumcision given to Abraham, binding his descendants to God. We had not kept it for our son. The thought pierced my heart, a mother's oversight, a father's delay. And now it was costing us everything. There was no time to hesitate. I reached for the flint knife with trembling hands, my mind racing with prayers I did not have words to speak. I took my son, my precious boy, and performed the act. Blood spilled, a physical sign of the covenant restored. My heart ached for the pain I inflicted on him, but the urgency of the moment drowned my sorrow. "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me," I whispered, my voice shaking as I pressed the bloody foreskin to Moses' feet. The weight of the words was not lost on me. Blood, the sign of life and redemption. In that moment, the presence lifted, and Moses breathed again. The shadow of death receded, and we were left trembling, alive but forever marked by what had passed. Why does this matter today? Because the covenant of God is still sacred. We cannot approach him casually, ignoring his commands, or treating his grace as cheap. He calls us to obedience, not out of cruelty, but to align us with his holiness and protection. Just as Zipporah acted decisively to preserve life, we too must take seriously the covenant we have through Jesus' blood, a new covenant that demands our hearts, not merely outward signs. In a world that treats faith as convenience, we must remember, God's covenant is not a suggestion. It's life itself. Just as Zipporah's swift action saved her family, our obedience to God's call can bring life and salvation to us and those we love. We are all bridegrooms of blood, redeemed and bound by the ultimate sacrifice of Christ.